Hey, this is Russ. Is watching all of these food videos on YouTube ruining my diet? That's a good question, huh? You might know that I like watching these food review videos on YouTube. It's actually what started me watching YouTube. It really is. I think I started out watching Barbecue Pit Boys. You might know some of these YouTube channels that I'm mentioning here. Barbecue Pit Boys, these guys grill up everything, right? Everything's on a grill, and they're kind of funny. So I started watching them, I don't know how long ago, 10 plus years? I don't know. It could be that long. And then I started adding other videos. I started running into other videos from people. I started watching guys like Mike Chen, who has a channel called Strictly Dumpling. You guys can look these things up too if you want, okay? Hopefully it doesn't ruin your diet. Yeah, I've watched Mike Chen for a long time, even before he had the Strictly Dumpling channel. He had some other things. I watched a lot of Asian related videos. And Fung Brothers, I used to watch these guys. I don't watch them that much anymore, but yeah, there's a lot of videos. And then they started watching. I says, well, if they have food review videos like that, what else is there? And I started watching Mark Wiens. Mark Wiens was a big one for me. Okay, he's got one of the largest YouTube channels, and because I kind of looked at it this way, I says, he's going to be able to go to places that I will never be able to go to, especially with bad knee. All right. So I says, I'm going to see what's out there in the world. I get to see different places in the world, and I get to see what kind of foods there are. I go, that's pretty good. So I started watching Mark Wiens. And then I ran into these food buffet videos. Yeah. Mike Chen started doing some food videos that are buffets. But then there's channels specifically for buffets. All You Can Vegas, for instance. Okay, it's Derek and Catherine. They have a great channel. They go through all of the Vegas buffets and various food places in Vegas. And I said, wow, look at all this stuff, So now you might be thinking, with so much food that's there, isn't that kind of messing with your diet? Most people tend to think, yeah, that's probably not a good thing to watch food videos if you're on a diet. Quite frankly, for me, it's just the opposite. All right. I figure if I can't eat it, I'm going to watch somebody else do it. And on top of that, too, I can kind of taste it, from not even tasting it. I can kind of taste it in my brain. Because I kind of know what all these things taste like when they're, you show it to you and then they describe it. I kind of know what it tastes like. So I don't think it's ruining my diet. Now, maybe some people with the diets would have a problem with it, because the temptation is going to I got to get some of that stuff. There's plenty of buffets that, locally around me. I can go to those places. Don't do that. I used to go to a lot of buffets. Yeah. In fact, if you asked me, where do you want to go to eat? I usually will pick something like a buffet restaurant, or I'll pick something like Costco because it's cheap. So I get more for my money, right? I think that's the main theme right there, is I want to get more for my money. Vegas buffets now have gotten to be really expensive. I mean, if you go to like the Bacchanal, I think the last video that Derek did on All You Can Vegas, I think he said it was like $89.99, something like that, $90. Maybe it was $79.99. I don't know. It's $80 to $90. Either way, that's a lot of money for food. I don't think you can eat that much to make it even pay off. But again, you're having someone else cook it for you, and of course everything's readily available quickly. You can eat as much stuff as you want. They give you a time limit though. I think he mentioned there's an hour and a half time limit. So, but even so, you could do a lot of damage in an hour and a half. Now, I look back at stuff like that, and quite frankly, I can go to buffet restaurants and put down quite a bit too. I always want to get my money's worth, okay? And there's some strategies too in buffet eating, all right? The first strategy is don't eat anything with bread, okay? It's just a filler, right? And don't eat salads. Now, having said that, one of my favorite restaurants to go to was Sweet Tomatoes here in the Chicago area. It's based on the Soup Plantation restaurants that was originally started in San Diego. And I'd gone to those too when I lived in San Diego. But that's a salad buffet, okay? Soup and salad. And they had, pasta, and they had some bread things too, fresh bread and pizzas and things like that. But mostly a salad buffet place. It really was one of our favorite restaurants to go to. But then when they shut it down, there was really nothing else to do. There's another place locally here. Can't remember the name of it. It was Jason's Deli. There you go, Jason's Deli. They had a salad buffet, and I would go there, and then they shut that down. We're losing all the good stuff. And then sometimes you can go to places like McAllister's, which is a deli. It's not a buffet, but they'll have salads available for you. That's still available, but it's not a buffet, okay? They give you enough that you really don't need more, but, if it's a buffet, you're going to have more. So, anyways, I think around here now, I think the only buffets we have now in the Chicago area, okay, I don't know all the buffets, but the ones that I'm familiar with would be Golden Corral. That's still around here. That's not the best, quite frankly. It is basically American food. It's not anything specialty things. It's just standard stuff that you would typically find. And then I think there's a Polish buffet that's in Chicago as well. Okay, that place is pretty good too. But anyways, I think back about the stuff that I used to get. I'll show you some plates that I put together. Because typically what I do is when I go to restaurants, I'll take a photo of the food. Or if I even make food, I usually take a photo of the food. So I got lots of food photos. I'll show you some buffet photos as we're talking here. And if you take a look at that, there's a common theme of things that I take. Okay, I think most of these photos I'm showing you are probably from Golden Corral, because that's when I started taking pictures of it. And yeah, look at how much stuff you actually eat, okay? Then I look back at as what I'm eating currently, right? And I mentioned that I would have chicken tacos, right? Which would be essentially 2 tacos now per meal. 2 tacos, which would be 2 corn tortillas, 1 chicken drumstick, I should say. Big chicken drumstick, though, cut up, and then some salsa on it. And that would be my entire meal. Now, I look at that, and then I look at the stuff that I used to eat at buffets, and you can see how much you can pack away. Yeah, and it's not usually just 1 plate that I'll take. I'll do 2 or 3 plates. And, I'll skip the other stuff. I won't take the breads. And, if I do a salad, it'll probably be stuff that is probably not good for me anyways. And it'll be things like macaroni salad, or it'll be something like a potato salad. Those things will just pack on calories. So I look at that type of stuff and I go, wow, I did eat quite a bit of stuff. Now, it's not to say I wouldn't do it again, because I've always said, to my wife and my daughter, and I said, we should go to Vegas one day and hit the buffets. We don't gamble. So I says, the money we would have lost on gambling, we just hit the buffets. But I look at that money, how much it costs to do a buffet nowadays out there. And then I look at the amount of food that you're going to consume. You can't get away with not eating a lot. You kind of want to, because if you spent like $80 to $90 on it, you're going to want something for that money. And then I look at things like cruises, because I like going on cruises. And one of the big things on cruises is eating a lot at the buffet, right? Or even the standard restaurants that are in there that are included, okay? Here's the thing that I don't do. If I'm going to go to a cruise, I'm not going to pay for additional food. I figure I've paid enough for this cruise. I'm not going to go add more to the cost by going to the specialty dining places. Now, you might say, well, you're missing out because these are some nice dining places. Yeah, okay, but it's costing more money. I'm not going to do that. It's just the way I am. I'm going to try to save the money. I'm going to eat as much as I can with the other stuff. So, you get pizza 24 hours a day, right? There's a guy that makes pizza 24 hours a day. And then, of course, in the buffet line, you can get anything you want. But things have changed a little bit because of the pandemic. I think people are probably serving you more now. So, but again, you can still go there and, ask for something, and then they give you some more of it. And you can just keep doing that all day long if you wanted to. No one's going to stop you from doing that. So I remember on the first cruise that I went to was up in Alaska. And I remember the guy saying, as we were riding the tram going towards the cruise ship, he was saying, get ready to gain about 10 pounds. And I thought he was crazy. There's no way. Guess how much I gained when I came back? Yeah, about 10 pounds. That was actually the start of my first downfall after the first 50-pound loss. I had lost like 50 pounds, and we went on a cruise and gained back 10. Next thing you know, I'm starting to gain it all back. Because once you start down that path, it's kind of hard to stop yourself, okay? You may not be eating the quantity like buffet quantity, but you're going to keep eating, all right? The whole point I'm trying to do is condition my brain that 2 tacos is enough for the meal. Look at 2 tacos and then look at how much stuff you can eat at some of these restaurants. And sadly, this is how we all eat. You know, I wouldn't say everybody, but if you're a buffet eater, this is how we eat. We don't go there for 1 plate. We go there for multiple plates, okay? And we try to get the most for our money. So we're getting meats and we're getting, things that cost money, right? Seafood, whatever. It's too much, quite frankly. I think we in general, who are eaters or lovers of food, we eat way too much. It is true. So reconditioning myself, trying to get myself to go for smaller portions of things. My wife has said to me, she says, I'd rather you pay more and get a higher quality of food than it is for you to buy cheap, junky food. Yeah, I can see that, but when you're retired now and you're not doing anything, you're not creating income, I don't want to spend the money. So I tend to buy the cheaper foods, right? But the cheaper foods sometimes have things in there that's not really the greatest for you health-wise. Yeah. And she's always mentioned too, she says, you ever notice that people who are really, really rich are usually in pretty good shape? I said, well, yeah, because they go to gyms and things like that. She goes, yeah, that too. But also that they eat better stuff. They might not eat lots of it, but they eat better quality of stuff. So they don't have things that are just all fattening type foods. Whereas, you can buy, cheap food that, is sheer quantity, but lots of fattening type things on there. So got to learn to stop that, really. And really, these chicken tacos, she doesn't like the tortilla. She says there's something about that tortilla doesn't smell quite right to her. I kind of agree. It kind of it smells a little funny until you heat it up, and then it's a little bit better. But she says there's got to be something in there that's not right. So I don't know if she's right or she's wrong, but I've got to have something, and I don't want to put it on bread, and I don't want to eliminate it totally either, because otherwise then I'm just eating chicken, and that's just all protein. I can't do that. I've got to mix things up. So anyways, I'm rambling. I just wanted to say that watching these food videos is not really affecting me. It's kind of a substitute for eating at this point. I don't seem to have a problem watching this stuff and not craving it myself. I kind of eat it in my mind, so to speak, and then I just eat what I eat. So if you can do that, go ahead and try that. If that's detrimental to you, don't do that. So you have to kind of know yourself, all right? Let me know in the comments below. Would that ruin a diet for you, watching a whole bunch of videos about food? Or would it be easier for your diet because you can see it, but even though you're not eating it? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys next time.